century has brought a new challenge for the parents of school-going children: computer and internet. Both computer and internet are very important parts of modern education, without which your child cannot achieve success in his or her life, be it school, college or profession. The real challenge for parents of today is how to let their children take all the benefits of computer and internet and at the same time keep them safe from the dangers of the digital world. This 21st Century Parents Kit is an initiative by International Public School to create a much needed awareness among parents and help them become ideal parents of the 21st century. We intend to make you capable of controlling the online activities of your children, teach them the constructive and positive use of computer and internet, and protect them from all possible negative effects. Computer and internet can pose serious threats if used in a wrong or uncontrolled manner, causing physical, mental and social threats to your child. Physical threats include computer vision syndrome, carpal tunnel syndrome, obesity, severe backache and neck pain. In computer vision syndrome, eyes become dry and heavy, causing constant irritation. Problems like blurred vision, myopia and glaucoma can also trouble your child. In carpal tunnel syndrome, the wrist and thumb may become weak and cause a constant pain. Muscle damage in hands and fingers has also been observed in some cases. Sitting in a wrong posture in front of computer or working in a lying down position can cause chronic backache and neck pain. Mental threats include violent and destructive thoughts due to violent video games, disturbed sleep patterns, giving too much importance to the victory and defeat in video games, becoming insensitive towards serious issues like murders and road accidents. Social threats include getting fully engrossed in games and social networking and isolating oneself from the real world, preferring to interact with online friends instead of family members, relatives and neighbors, and lack of development of basic social skills. To save the children from these threats, parents have to play the biggest role. To be able to control the online activities of children, it is more important for you to have confidence and awareness rather than computer training. Let us start with building your confidence on computers and use of internet. We did a survey to understand why parents are not confident in using computer and internet. 90% parents said that many things about computers look complicated to them. Turning on the computer, so many different screens displaying on the computer, so many icons on the screen, the design of the keyboard, left, right, single or double click of the mouse, and so many different softwares. All of these look complicated to them. Let us try to remove these complications with a quick overview. Whenever you wish to watch a DVD on your TV, you turn on both the TV and the DVD player, right? Turning on the computer is exactly the same. Unless you turn on both the monitor and the CPU, you cannot work on your computer. After you turn on your computer, it normally takes 2 to 5 minutes before it is ready for working. To confirm whether your computer is ready for working, you can do a refresh test. After the refresh test, your computer is ready to serve you. How to do this refresh test is described in the first chapter of the Parent's Handbook. You must have observed that most computers look different from one another when turned on. The photos and posters on the screen are different, icons are different. Many parents find this confusing too. However, it is a very simple thing. Just like you can change the ringtone in your mobile phone, you can change the posters, wallpapers or icons on the computer screen as per your choice. To understand what softwares are, simply imagine that the computer is your office, where you are the boss and you have got few assistants which are softwares instead of real people. The manager of this office is called the operating system, which takes care of the entire office. There are different assistants for different tasks. One software for playing music, another software for letter writing, and yet another software for drawing pictures. Being the boss, you can anytime fire an assistant or hire a new one, which means you can uninstall existing software or install new ones in your computer at your will. Like any office, the computer too has a cabinet to store files and documents, which is called the hard disk. You can double-click on My Computer icon to open up and explore this file cabinet. All the data and information which the computer has is stored in this cabinet only. The first chapter of the Parent's Handbook given along with this kit contains detailed information on how you can explore the hard disk. Let us now take a look at the keyboard. Its design makes the new users a bit nervous and they wonder why is it so complicated. In simple words, we can say that when the computer keyboard was invented, the computer engineers were forced to make it look like the typewriter because millions of professionals were habitual of typing on the typewriter. So that is where the QWERT pattern has come from. And then, as the use of computers started growing for many different purposes, new keys got added to it. However, if you are new to computers, you need not be scared by so many keys because it takes a little time to be comfortable with the keyboard, just like all other computer users. To assist you in this process, we have chosen a simple software to teach you typing on the keyboard with ease. This software called Type Faster is included in the 20 useful software CD given in the kit. You can find the instructions to install and use this software in the 5th chapter of the Parent's Handbook. We shall now take you into the world of internet and enhance your confidence by introducing some basic concepts. To access the internet, you need a software called web browser. The most popular web browser software is the Internet Explorer, which is generally pre-installed on most of the computers. There are other web browsers which you can install on your computer such as Firefox, Chrome and Opera. All of these are available for free. In order to do any activity on internet, you need to go to a website. Therefore, you must type the address of that website into the address bar of the web browser. Let us now see what all activities you can do on the internet. You can go to the email websites to send and receive emails from other people. You can go to the search websites to search information of your choice. You can go to the social networking websites to connect with your friends and relatives and share your photos, videos, updates, etc. with them. You can go to the video and photo sharing websites to showcase your photos and videos to the whole world and also to see the photos and videos shared by others. You can go to the blog websites to create your own blog and share your knowledge and experiences with the whole world. You can also benefit from the knowledge and experiences of others by reading their blog articles. Very short blogs are called microblogs, and the most popular website to share microblogs is Twitter. Microblogs written on Twitter are called tweets. This was a very short list of activities which can be done on internet. Online banking, railway bus flight booking, online shopping, video conferencing and many such activities are now being done on internet. In the second part of this video, we are going to tell you about some important steps which you must take to control the online activities of your child. Let us now see some tips on how you can keep your child safe from the negative effects of computer and internet and guide them towards its constructive and positive use. All the help which you might need to implement these tips in your family is given in the 2nd, 3rd and 4th chapter of the Parent's Handbook included in the kit. Tip number 1. The setting of computer table and chair is very important. When your child sits in front of the computer, the keyboard and mouse must be at the level of the stomach. The level of the monitor should be such that the child does not raise her head even a little bit to look at the screen. The child might require a high seat chair for a proper sitting. The distance of the chair from the computer table must be such that the monitor is at least at an arm's length and the child's back is straight while operating the keyboard and mouse. For the safety of eyes, you must keep the brightness and contrast of the monitor as low as possible. To figure out the optimum level of brightness and contrast, keep a newspaper on the computer table besides the monitor. Then, bring down the brightness and contrast to the 0 level. Then gradually increase the brightness and contrast level to the point that the monitor does not look much brighter than the newspaper. If you have a CRT monitor, then apart from the brightness and contrast level, you must also adjust the refresh rate. The refresh rate of the monitor must be at least 75 Hz. Higher the refresh rate, lower the flickering and lesser the strain on eyes. How you can adjust the refresh rate is described in the second chapter of the Parent's Handbook. To avoid any disturbance in the sleep pattern of children, they must not be allowed to use the computer after 10 o'clock in the night. Tip number 2. This is a small yet very important tip. The place of computer in your house must not be in a bedroom or any remote corner. The computer must always be placed in the busiest room of your house so that whatever activity the child is doing can be easily seen by other family members. Tip number 3. You must create a limited user account for your child on the computer. This would ensure that the child cannot install any new software or game on the computer without your permission. You yourself must use the administrator account to log on to the computer. Creating these accounts is a simple process and has been described in the second chapter of the Parent's Handbook. Tip number 4. It is important that an antivirus software and a firewall is installed in your computer. This protects your computer not only from hackers and viruses, but also from malwares which can forcefully take your child to bad websites and leak their private information to hackers. Tip number 5. Install a parental control software in your computer. Parental control software keeps a watch on the online activities of your child and also stops her from going to unwanted websites. This software can also give an activity report to parents containing a record of all the websites the child visited and the time spent on each website. Parental control softwares such as Kids UI, K9 and Norton Family are available for free. We have described the steps to install and use these softwares in the Parent's Handbook. After you install the necessary software for online safety on your computer, it is important that you talk to your children and explain them the basics of online safety. Tip number 6. The first rule of online safety is password discipline. Explain your child that under any circumstances, passwords should never be shared with friends. Otherwise, the passwords can fall into the hands of a criminal who can then use the email ID or the Facebook ID of your child for any illegal activity. Tip number 7. The second rule of online safety is identity hiding. Identity hiding means that under any circumstances, children should never reveal the complete details of themselves or their family on internet. Information such as home address, phone number, school, etc. should not be shared on social networks. Even the photos that they share on social networks must not reveal the home address or vehicle number, etc. Tip number 8. The third rule of online safety is limited friendship. Limited friendship means that only those people must become online friends of your children who are their friends or relatives in the real world. Parents must check the list of online friends of their children from time to time, and if they find an unknown person in the list, they should immediately remove him or her from the list. Tip number 9. The fourth rule of online safety is no offline meetings. Parents must explain their children that even if an unknown person becomes their online friend, they must never agree to meet him or her offline. This can be very dangerous for the children. Tip number 10. The fifth rule of online safety is never share emotions. It means that children should never express their anger, frustration or dissatisfaction online. If they do so on their blog or social networks, it can be used by antisocial elements to misguide or even brainwash them. Tip number 11. The sixth rule of online safety is for the parents to follow and is very important. Both the father and mother of the child must create their personal profiles on all those social networks where the child has created her profile and must also become the child's friend online. This would ensure that whichever photos, videos and updates the child shares on the social network will be visible to the parents regularly. This, however, requires that both parents log on to those social network sites almost every day. You must convince your child that as a parent, you are the best person to judge which photos, videos or blog articles could be dangerous to share online. Explain your child that before uploading a video on YouTube or publishing a blog article or updating a status message on Facebook and Orkut, it must be shown to parents. Now that we have given you the tips to safeguard your child from the negative effects of computer and internet, let us talk about their advantages. If the computer and internet are used in a constructive and positive manner, then together they can be a treasure of benefits for your child. What is required is that your computer must have learning-oriented softwares installed, and your child must regularly access learning-oriented websites on internet. These learning-oriented softwares and websites not only enhance the general knowledge and aptitude of your child, they also provide a practical exposure of the subjects taught in the school. We have handpicked 20 softwares and 20 websites which can be a great way to start the constructive and positive use of computer and internet for your child. Let us have a look at these softwares and websites.